A woman is walking with her boyfriend when she meets a man and shows him that help is written on her leg. The man then becomes curious about it and begins to observe. The boyfriend then asks if she had a problem with her leg. She says no, she had fallen, but now everything was fine. They then leave. The man is bothered by that and decides to go back to see what was going on. The boyfriend then tells the woman to hurry up and leave. Meanwhile, the man is in the background watching everything. The boyfriend then opens the door so the woman can enter. He then gets into his car and drives away. The man, seeing that, takes a bike and goes after them. He keeps chasing the two until he can't reach them anymore, but he keeps trying to find them. The boyfriend then tells the woman that he wasn't silly. She says she hadn't said or done anything. He says a man only falls in love with a married woman when she cheats on him. She says that was a lie and could prove it. She says she hadn't done anything. He then says that a married woman only talks to another man when she has the intention of cheating. She then tells him to calm down. He says that now she would learn to respect him, but she tells him not to do anything he would regret. She tells him to leave her at home and go home to calm down and think before acting. He says she just wanted time to think about her strategy. Later, the man manages to catch up with the two and throws himself in front of the car. The boyfriend then says that she made him run over the man. She says it wasn't her fault. He then tells her to go outside and see if anyone is watching. They then get out of the car. The woman then starts talking to the man to see if he was okay, but he was unconscious and that makes her desperate. She then goes back to the car and tells her boyfriend that the man was unwell and that they would have to take him to the hospital. He then asks if the man was breathing and she says yes, but that he doesn't know until when. He then says that he was going to get out of the car, but that it was just to see if the man was okay. She then says they can't leave, they had to help the man, but he says he wouldn't help as he was just a cyclist and nobody cared. She says she cared, but he says she cared about every man who came along. The boyfriend then gets out of the car and walks over to the man. He starts calling the man. He wakes up not knowing where he was, but the boyfriend says nothing happened. He then gives the man money to buy medicine. He says he didn't need medicine, he needed to go to the hospital. The boyfriend then says that he didn't need a hospital and that he was supposed to take the money and buy himself something. They then get in the car and leave, leaving the man unconscious. He tells the woman that the man had been hit hard on the head and if they went with the man to the hospital they would be arrested. The woman is desperate and says that the man would die, but the man says he didn't care and would leave. A policewoman then appears and tells the two to get out of the car. The woman is desperate about this and the boyfriend says that it was her fault and that she should shut up. The policewoman becomes impatient and tells them to get out of the car quickly. She then calls the hospital and says she needed an ambulance. She tries to wake the man and asks if he was okay. She then tells her boyfriend to tell her what happened there. He says that he and his girlfriend had gone to get something to eat and had left their car parked there. He says that when the two returned, the man was already there on the ground unconscious. She then asks what the two had done when they found the man. He says he had called the hospital, but no one answered. She then asks what the two were doing in the car while the man was lying on the ground. He then says that he was just starting the car to go get help, but that he was glad the police arrived. The policewoman asks the woman if there was something wrong with her. She says no, that she was just a little shaken by what happened. She then says that she couldn't let them go and that they were to wait in the car while she checked the man's documents. The police then tells the man to stay calm as the ambulance was already on its way. He tries to get up, but the policewoman says he can't get up, because he was too hurt. She then helps him to his feet and tells him to stay calm, as the ambulance was already on its way. The man then says he was fine. He says he was pretending to be unconscious so that someone could arrive, because the man inside the car had to be arrested. Hearing this, the policewoman calls out to the two and tells them to get out of the car. They then get out of the car. She then asks the two to explain what was happening there. The boyfriend then says he was relieved that the cyclist was fine, but the man tells him to stop lying and tells him to tell the police officer that he was trying to assault the woman. The boyfriend then says that the two were a very happy couple and the woman agrees. The policewoman then asks why he was trying to accuse the boyfriend, and he says that he was trying to assault the woman. The officer then asks if he had any proof, and he says yes, that the woman had a cry for help written on her leg. The boyfriend then says that he was crazy and that the man was just a pervert. He says he was going to his job. When he passed by the two, the woman lifted her dress and that on her leg she had a cry for help, so he started to follow them. The boyfriend then says that he was crazy and that he was lying. She says the man was telling the truth. She then lifts her dress and shows the distress call. The officer then says that the man was under arrest for domestic violence. She says that her boyfriend beat her and always did it because of jealousy. She says she was tired of it, so she decided to call for help. The boyfriend then tries to say something, but the police officer tells him to shut up because he was under arrest. The police then says that the woman could be calm, because she would take care of the man and that she didn't deserve that kind of person. She then thanks the man for his courage and tells him that he had avoided tragedy. She says she doesn't know what could have happened to the woman and says the world needed more people like him. She then says that he could leave now. She then tells the woman not to worry as she would take care of her case and that she would like women to be like her and come forward when they are having problems at home.